Some of the people, they're so upset what Giganti did to them. So this is a tit for tat. You're now going to come back and do this. Two wrongs don't make a right. It's that simple. And looking at the mayor's face, expressionless through the last couple of hours, you're nothing more than a puppet. And I hope everybody on this call reaches out to the state attorney general to look into all these. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Arby, please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, this is the rabbi here. Mr. Benjamin, thanks for mentioning my name. I'd just like to address, this is not a tit for tat. This is reversing a crime, reversing a horrendous 4 years, and this is going back to harmony. The first step in harmony is going back to the years from 1991 till 2015, when that gang was voted in. Let's just think for a second. Did any of the roads get narrower in those years? Did any of the trees start falling down in those years? Did any of the elections change in those years? All of these laws were changed. The village was perfectly fine. The fire truck did not become wider. Kids did not start running in. We don't need no pesticide. All of these things, the first move and the first step to return to a coexistent village is to forget about those previous years. This is not tit for tat. This is going back and correcting an injustice that was done. And I commend you all for for having the clear conscience and helping us end this bitter and dark chapter that Airmont went through. Thank you.
Thank you. Yehuda Zorger, please state your name and address for the record.
Yehuda Zorger, 1 Alpha Lane, Airmont, New York. Some people are bringing up they have concerns about this law. We're going to see who's going to vote. We're going to see who they really are. First of all, 2 people said lies. Currently in New York State, when you make a donation to any campaign, it's a public record. This law went on top of that every person has to sign an additional piece of paper. It's still public record. Any person who donates money still has to, it's still public record. You can still see it. That's number 1. Number 2, a different caller said, oh, we have hotly contested elections. The days of hotly contested elections are basically over. It's time to move back, as the rabbi said and other callers have said, to the years before 2015, before all these laws were passed, which specifically targeted the Jewish community, and every person in Airmont should be treated equally. Doesn't matter their religion, their creed, no matter what they stand for. We are all equal. No selective code enforcement, no selective law being pushed into law. This is what the board is doing, and I want to thank each and every board member and the mayor for doing the right thing. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Jacqueline Solomon, please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, my name is Jacqueline Solomon, and I live at 15 Annette Lane. And I just want to know, aren't there federal guidelines to report donations that must be followed? I don't quite understand how we could not report them. That was number 1. Number 2 is the questions that were asked throughout the few hours that I've been sitting here. Are any of those questions going to be answered, even though you did vote on them? I hope that you have the courtesy to answer some of the people who had valid questions for you. I hope you get back to them. That's it, because you're not going to answer me either. Thank you.
Thank you. Andy Benjamin, please state your name and address for the record.
Andy Benjamin, 27 Fella Court. And you know what? It just reaffirms to me when I said that tit for tat thing. It just kills me when like Danny Eagle saying we're haters because we have a different opinion. We have a different opinion. I've been in Rockland County since 1968. And it's so sad to hear people, most of the callers said they're here 45, 44, 40 years, 35 years. And all of a sudden their voice doesn't matter. All voices matter. Okay, it's that simple. And, I know this whole thing is kind of a joke for you folks because all you're going to do is vote it in anyway. You're not responding to questions. You can't even summarize what the law is trying to say. You believe in the law so much that it's written. Explain to us what you're trying to say here, what it does for Airmont, rather than having all your gurus, all the people that support you, just saying how much they love you. And by the way, you all get together and you say thank you to all of them, but you don't say thank you to anybody else. That in itself speaks volumes. That's all I got to say. I yield my time to whoever else wants to speak.
Thank you. Galaxy A50, please state your name and address for the record.
Danny Friedman, 7 Eagle View. I'm just trying to, again, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thanks to Deputy Mayor. Thank you, all trustees. I'm so overwhelmed that finally, after all these years, we have a representative in office. That doesn't mean that we don't need to listen to other sides, but you guys should feel what we went through. And me personally, I went to meetings time and time and again, and we got rejected. We didn't get no answers. The same way as some of you guys feel now, we felt all the time. We hit a wall, okay? And I don't know why exactly Mrs. Pesanti is saying that she can't. Oh, she does listen. You're not allowed to speak, Mrs. Pesanti? I saw you looked at the camera, so that means you could listen. Now she's making like she doesn't listen. What's going on? You can't speak? No habla? Okay, have a good night, guys.
Thank you. Cece,